Hey, this is Joe Price. I'm going to show you how you can help attach record hints for your state. I'm going to show it using a very simple way, and then I'll add on two things you can use if you want to be a little faster. But I'm going to show you the simple way first, and I'm assuming you know a little bit about SourceLinker. I'll show some examples with SourceLinker, but if you haven't used SourceLinker before, this would be good to have maybe a family history consultant help you out a little bit with SourceLinker. So let me share my screen. So here is the Google Sheet you'll be working with. And you'll just put in your name, and that's kind of a way of checking out a few hints. And then all you do is you click on this box in the URL column, and then you open it up. And the first time you do it, you'll need to sign into Family Search. I'm already signed in. So here's the most important step, is just deciding if this family is a match. So we can open up details, and we can look at the information. So we have 1904, we have Jesse I. Martin, born in Missouri, 1903, 1904. And so this one's not like a slam dunk match, but I think there's enough confirming evidence here with everything lining up really well that I would feel comfortable attaching that source. And notice on the tree, she's with her husband. And so because of this record, we're able to now bring in information about her parents. And then when you bring over the mom, you can just take off the married name, but you don't have to. That's kind of just a personal choice. And then here we're going to bring in the sister. Okay. Now notice, because it's the 1910 census, we don't really have to worry about people still being alive today. This is more than 110 years ago. And that's it. Now, if you wanted to, you could come in here, and maybe there's some additional record hints you can do. So you can see here some record hints, and maybe that would help confirm the kind of conclusion we made about them being part of the same family. So you can see here's a find a grave record, a marriage record, some other records. Okay. So once you've completed the hint, you just put a 1 in this column. Okay, and then you can just open up another thing. And you put a 1 here, even if you decide not to do the hint. So if you looked at one and you're like, I don't think this is a match, you'd still just put a 1 in there. That just means you've checked it. You can see this is another really easy match. So we're going to attach this, and then we're going to add in. Now here's an interesting case where we have Boswell right here. So my guess is he's a stepbrother. So you can either leave him out, or let's just actually take a quick look at the record, see what might be happening here. And again, anytime you come across like an interesting case like this, you can always just pass on it. So here, notice we have the kids, sister, 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 brother. So it could be a stepchild, could be a brother of, yeah, I don't know. This is a tough one. So I would just actually leave this one the way it is, and we'd still then just mark a 1 that we're done. Okay, so that's really, let me just do one last simple case, and then I'll show you kind of two things you can do to make it go a little faster. So notice here, again, we can open up details, and we can see Nebraska lining up. We can see here Illinois lining up. We can see Nebraska lining up. So even though the birth years are off by a bit on each person, the fact that we have really good matches across 3 different people is kind of what we're looking for here. So at this point, then I would click the buttons. So let me show you trick 1, which is how to click the buttons. Once you've made a decision, how to click the buttons a little bit faster. So there's a Chrome extension called Goldie May. And so you're gonna have to download it, but once it's downloaded, you just, you activate it, and then you'll have to sign in the first time you use it, and then you click on volunteering. Okay. Now notice that Goldie May is open here on the right, and then SourceLinker is here on the left. And I've already decided that this is a match. So then the way Goldie May will help me is if I click this button, Goldie May will start doing all the clicking for me. The nice thing about Goldie May is it always remembers to bring over the place of residence. It always follows the 110-year rule. And so it'll do all the clicking for me. So really, Goldie May is not going to take the decision away from me. I still have to make the decision about whether it's a match. But once I've made that decision, Goldie May can do a lot of the work for me. And then again, here I would just put a 1 here, and then I can open up the next one. And so again, I have Goldie May open on the right. I have this open on the left. And then notice that here is an interesting case where this Myrtle might be the same as Merrill. I think in this case, it's probably safer for them to each have their own profile, and then maybe it'll get merged later. But this is a case where we just, added that person to the tree. Okay, so let me show you one last kind of power trick. So notice there, I'm going to check out kind of a section. Now, if I highlight a section of those URLs, I can hit Alt-Enter, and it'll actually open up all of them at once. And what this allows me then to do is kind of work my way across. So we can start here with the first one, and you can see that this one doesn't look like a match. It's kind of a hard call. Let's see, Barbara. Okay, the parents look right. No, she's born in Pennsylvania, Kansas. Yeah, I don't know. This one's just like, you know, it's kind of off enough that you can just close it. And so I'm just not going to do anything on that one. This one looks really good. So I can hit attach records. And so then what I'm going to do is just work my way down the list. And then when I'm all done, what I can do is I can pull this thing down. I can mark these as complete, and then I'd actually close these all at once. I'm not going to close them because I'm going to actually finish this up right after this video. But so just to recap, what we're doing is we're just working our way down this list. You can check them out by putting your name in the volunteer column. If you want, you can just do one at a time, and you can do it without using Goldie May or anything else. I just wanted to show you Goldie May because I think it can help make you a little more efficient by helping with the clicking. And then if you like that little Alt-Enter trick, it can open up a bunch of URLs at once. So by combining the Alt-Enter and Goldie May, it can just allow you to kind of move through hints just a little bit quicker so that you're spending most of your time making decisions rather than clicking or waiting for a window to load. So thanks for helping with this project. I hope you have a great experience. It's going to be really neat seeing these states fill in. And the last thing I'd want to share is, why are we doing this? Why do we want everyone living in 1910 to be on the family tree? Well, what it does is it allows anyone that uses Family Search to have a chance of connecting into the family tree, finding someone on the tree that they're related to. And the neat thing is those people in 1910, they have their children and grandchildren living in the 1950 census. And so as we start to create some really neat discovery experiences when the 1950 census comes out this spring, that the 1910 is going to be the thing that kind of connects people together and will generate some pretty amazing discovery experiences for your communities. We're really grateful to have your help.